Hello, and welcome back to the English Habit. This is the place where you learn English slowly, clearly, and with stories that make sense. Today's topic is something we all experience: meeting new people. Maybe you've just joined a new class, started a new job, or attended an event where you don't know anyone yet. It can feel exciting or a little scary. In this lesson, you'll learn how to introduce yourself, ask simple questions, and keep the conversation going politely. So get ready. Let's explore how to meet new people in English. First impressions. It's your first day in a new class. You walk into the room holding your notebook and a pen. You look around. Everyone seems busy talking, laughing, or finding their seats. Your heart beats a little faster. Meeting new people can be exciting, but also a bit scary. You take a deep breath and remind yourself, just be friendly. Everyone here is new too. You see an empty chair next to someone who looks kind. You smile, walk over and say, "Hi, is this seat taken?" The person smiles back. "No, please sit down." That's your first step, starting with a simple, polite question. You sit, smile again, and say, "Hi, I'm Alex. Nice to meet you." She replies, "Nice to meet you too. I'm Maria." Congratulations! You've just made your first connection. Start with a greeting. Every friendship begins with a greeting. In English, simple greetings go a long way. Hi or hello, casual and friendly. Good morning or good afternoon. Polite and natural in class or work. Nice to meet you. Perfect when you meet someone for the first time. You can also shake hands or wave, depending on what feels comfortable. After you say hello, it's time to start small talk. Short, light conversation to break the ice. You can ask, "Is this your first time in this class? Where are you from? What do you think of the teachers so far?" These questions sound friendly, not too personal, and help you get to know the person slowly. Maria answers, "Yes, this is my first English class here. I just moved from Spain." You smile and reply, "Oh, that's cool. I'm from Vietnam. I moved here last year." Now you found something in common. You both know what it's like to be new. Keep the conversation going. After the first few sentences, silence can feel awkward. So keep the conversation going with follow-up questions. That means you ask another question related to what the person just said. For example, "You're from Spain? That's amazing. Which city? You moved here last month? How do you like it so far?" These show that you're listening and interested, two great habits in any language. Maria says, "I'm from Barcelona. I miss the beach there." You can reply, "I love beaches too. Do you like swimming?" Now you're talking about hobbies, a natural way to make the chat more relaxed. When people feel comfortable, they open up more. Maria asks, "What do you like to do in your free time?" You smile and say, "I like taking photos and playing guitar. What about you?" "I love painting and visiting art museums." You nod and say, "That's awesome. I really like art too." Boom, you've just found a shared interest. That's how friendships begin. Finding common interests. Finding something in common means discovering something you both like. It could be food, music, movies, travel, anything. When you find common interests, the conversation flows naturally. Here are some ways to ask about interests. What kind of music do you like? Do you enjoy watching movies? Have you traveled anywhere recently? You might discover that you both love the same band or both like hiking. That gives you something to talk about again next time. Maria says, "I really like pop music, especially Taylor Swift." You laugh. "Me too. I love her songs." You both start laughing, and suddenly you're no longer strangers. Being polite and friendly. When you meet new people, being polite makes a strong impression. You don't need perfect grammar, just a kind attitude. Here are a few polite phrases you can use. "Excuse me, may I sit here?" "It's nice talking to you." "That sounds interesting." "Have a great day." And when someone shares something personal, show interest. "Oh, really? That's great." "Wow, I didn't know that." These short, positive responses make people feel heard and respected. Also, remember to smile. A friendly smile speaks louder than words. It says, "I'm open and kind." Ending the conversation politely. Every conversation has an ending. Knowing how to finish politely is just as important as starting well. When the class is about to start or you need to leave, you can say, "It was nice talking to you." "See you next time." "Let's talk again later." These phrases sound natural and friendly. For example, you check your watch and say, "Oh, it's almost time for class. It was really nice talking to you, Maria." She smiles and replies, "You too. See you after class." You wave and turn toward the front. The conversation is short, positive, and polite. Exactly what you want. Later, when class ends, you might continue the chat. "Hey, do you want to grab a coffee sometime?" That's how small talk can grow into real friendship. Practice makes it easier. At first, meeting new people in English might feel hard. You might worry about your accent, grammar, or pronunciation. But here's the truth. No one expects perfection. People remember your kindness, not your grammar. So practice these steps. Greet first. Say, "Hi," with a smile. Ask easy questions, like, "Where are you from?" find something in common: music, hobbies, or goals. Listen carefully. Show real interest. End politely. Nice talking to you. Every time you try, it gets easier. And soon you'll notice you're not just learning English, you're connecting with people. A new beginning. At the end of class, you and Maria pack your things. You wave and say, "See you next week." "See you," she replies. You walk out feeling happy. You took the first step, started a conversation, and made a new friend, all in English. As you walk home, you smile to yourself. You realize something. Speaking English isn't just about words or grammar. It's about connecting. One smile, one hello, one simple question at a time. And that's how friendships begin, anywhere in the world. That's all about today's lesson, meeting new people. Now, let's review some useful words and phrases you can use the next time you meet someone for the first time. First, we learned the word introduce. When you introduce yourself, you tell someone your name and maybe something simple about you. For example, "Hi, I'm Anna. Nice to meet you." It's the first step in starting a conversation. Next, remember small talk. Small talk means light, friendly conversation about easy topics like the weather, hobbies, or plans for the weekend. For example, "It's a nice day today, isn't it?" Small talk helps people feel comfortable and relaxed. After that, we had the word hobby. A hobby is something you like to do in your free time. For example, "My hobby is painting." Talking about hobbies is a great way to find things in common. Then comes interest. An interest is something you care about or like learning or talking about. For example, "We share the same interest in movies." It's how people connect more deeply after small talk. Next, we learn the word polite. Being polite means speaking kindly and showing respect to others. For example, it's polite to say "nice to meet you" when you meet someone new. Politeness helps make a good first impression. Then remember friendly. A friendly person smiles, listens, and shows they care. For example, "He's always friendly to everyone in class." When you act friendly, people feel comfortable talking to you. Now, let's look at some useful phrases you can use when meeting someone new. You can start with a greeting like, "Hi, how are you?" Or, "Hello, I'm your name." That's a warm and easy way to begin a conversation. If you want to keep the chat going, try asking, "What do you do?" Or, "Where are you from?" These are polite questions that show interest. To find something in common, you can say, "I love hiking too." Or, "Really, I'm into music as well." It helps build a friendly connection. When you're ready to end the conversation, say something polite like, It was nice talking to you. Or, hope to see you again soon. That leaves a positive impression. To sum up, remember these words and phrases. Introduce, small talk, hobby, interest, polite, friendly, and expressions like, nice to meet you, what do you do, I'm into, and it was nice talking to you. Each one helps you sound natural, confident, and kind when meeting new people in English. So next time you walk into a new class, event, or party, smile, say hello, and start a friendly conversation. That's it for today's lesson, meeting new people. You learned how to greet someone, make small talk, find common interests, and say goodbye politely. Remember, every conversation starts with a simple hello. So don't be shy. Smile, ask questions, and listen with interest. The more you practice, the more natural your English will sound. If you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And tell us in the comments, what do you usually say when you meet someone new? Thanks for watching The English Habit. See you in the next lesson. Bye!